No human being has ever set foot in Santa's workshop.
That's exactly where I came from.
Will Ferrell is Elf.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the new 4K release of Elf. But before we do that, if you guys are into 4K reviews, movie reviews, some tech and some video game along the way, then please consider subscribing because we do all that here. So Elf was originally released in 2003, directed by Jon Favreau. Yes, the Jon Favreau who gave us the Iron Man movies, the Mandalorian series, and he's just a big part of the MCU and all the good stuff that's coming out of Disney lately we can thank Jon Favreau for. But before he did all that, he directed Elf. So Elf comes in at 97 minutes, and starring Will Ferrell and James Caan, this movie is a must-watch every single holiday season for me. And you should check it out too, because Elf is just such a fantastic movie. I think they nailed that Christmas season tone. I'm from New York. I'm not from Manhattan where this takes place, but I live about an hour and a half from Manhattan, and I go there sometimes for the holidays to see the tree and stuff like that. I tend to avoid the city because it's just a headache, but I think they really nailed it because the city really, around Christmas time, it does change, and it's very festive, and it really throws off that holiday vibe. And if you guys played the newest Spider-Man Miles Morales game on PlayStation 5, that took place during the holiday season in the city as well, and they really nailed the vibe in that game, and that was just something I wanted to point out because there's not too many things that really nail it, and this and the Miles Morales game I think really nail it the most. So back to the movie. If you guys haven't seen this before, Will Ferrell was left on the doorstep. He was adopted basically by Santa Claus, and he lived at the North Pole, and he became an elf. He's the first human to be in the North Pole, and then he wants to find his dad, who ends up being James Caan. He works for a company that publishes storybooks for children, and he's on the naughty list. And just the one-liner, every scene to scene is just hysterical. This is fun for the entire family. It's just non-stop laughter, for me at least. Like every 5 minutes you're laughing hysterical because Will Ferrell is in his prime.
Santa's coming to town! Santa! Oh my God!
Just the dialogue and the story and the script itself is just, this is perfect. This is a perfect holiday season movie, perfect Christmas movie. This one is near and dear to my heart. I absolutely love this movie. From the one-liners, being a cotton-headed nitty muggins, to the world's best cup of coffee, and when he goes into just a shithole, hole-in-the-wall coffee shop just because they have a neon sign. He's just totally oblivious and ignorant to everything that's going on because he's lived in the North Pole his entire life, and he's now thrown into the real world, and he's getting hit by taxis, he's eating perfume, he's just completely uncivilized, he's not adapted to the real world, and it's just a fun story, and it's a fun journey that he goes on, and it's just a great holiday movie. I'm sure you guys have seen this movie before, so let's talk about the 4K. So I originally had Elf on Blu-ray for quite some time now, and this disc has some miles on it because I watch it every single year for Christmas because I absolutely love Elf. WB just released this 4K, so we have a nice slipcover with some new box art, and then once you open it up, this is actually a 2-disc set. So this is the same exact Blu-ray that is in the Blu-ray edition, and then that's a digital copy. Remember when digital copies came on a disc? What's so digital about that? That's crazy. I had to put that in a computer. Now computers don't even have disk drives. We have the original Blu-ray disc included in this, so that makes this completely obsolete now. And then we have the new 4K, which is just basic red. I think this is kind of a miss, not putting some art on the disc. But whatever, it's not that big of a deal. You see it for a few seconds as you're picking it up and putting it in your player. So, not the end of the world. So, let's talk about the transfer. I think WB did a fantastic job because this is a noticeable upgrade over that Blu-ray. And that Blu-ray is included in here if you want to look for yourself. Just because this has HDR, this does not have Dolby Vision, which was a bit of a surprise, and I was a bit bummed out at the time. But the HDR does good enough where You can noticeably see the colors are deeper, they're more vivid. The skin tones on everybody is just, it's more true. They're warmer, and then just the Christmas lights and there's Christmas decorations everywhere, and all that. Just the contrast with the colors, and then the whites and the dark color, they all just pop. I think Dolby Vision would have been probably a better route for them to go down, but they just did regular HDR. But it still looks good, so no harm, no foul in my book. So visually, this is a pretty noticeable upgrade. Right away, I noticed it. And it cleans up a lot of scenes that in the original Blu-ray were just a bit kind of washed out. They were a bit just plain, stale, just lifeless, if that makes sense. Because, it wasn't a terrible Blu-ray, but there was just some scenes where it just looked a little old. And now I think this 4K really cleans up those scenes, brings some more life to them, brings some more warmth to it, and makes it feel true to what it should actually look like. If you're going on just visuals, this is 100% an upgrade over the Blu-ray disc. It's not night and day, but it is quite the upgrade, and I think you can justify the upgrade just on visuals alone, because there is no audio upgrade. This still has the DTS HD Master 5.1 that the Blu-ray disc had as well. So you're getting no audio upgrade, and there's no Dolby Vision. So this has standard HDR, but the picture still looks good. It's still an upgrade over that Blu-ray disc. The scene, specifically in the beginning, I noticed right away, the Etch-a-Sketches, they're kind of faded a little bit in the Blu-ray, and they're just like a deep candy apple red on the 4K. And Buddy the Elf's, his suit, the contrast with the green and the yellow, the colors are just, they're deeper, they're a bit darker, they pop a little bit more with the 4K. So this 100% is a visual upgrade. So this was, I think, $27.99 when it came out. All the Christmas movies just dropped to $24.99. It's early November. We got Black Friday coming up. These are studio releases. They're not boutique releases. I have a sneaky feeling that come Black Friday that these movies are going to drop in price and go on sale, especially because it's November. I think these came out November 1st. So that's pretty early on in the season. So 2-3 weeks from now when Black Friday hits, and then right around Christmas time, I think you'll be able to get these for under $20. And for that price, they are 100% worth it. If you don't have it, this is the new definitive way to watch Elf, because even if you don't have the old Blu-ray or you don't have a 4K player, this has the Blu-ray inside it, and then if you ever plan to upgrade to 4K, you got the 4K disc. And I kind of like this box art better than the original, just because I've been looking at this for so long. I kind of like the fresher breath air for the new box art, and that's always appreciated with new releases. So overall, I'm going to give this complete package, the movie, I'm going to give a 9.5 out of 10. I absolutely love Elf. I think this is a perfect holiday movie. The transfer itself, I think I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10, because I would have liked Dolby Vision. I think Dolby Vision would have worked a little bit better. I think Dolby Vision is the superior HDR. But again, the HDR on this still looks good. So I think the 9 out of 10 is more than fair, because it is a fantastic looking disc. It's a great transfer. I just would have preferred the Dolby Vision. And as far as the audio goes, bringing over the same audio, not the end of the world. It's only a Christmas movie. It's not an action movie. It's not Die Hard. It's not Top Gun, where we need a Dolby Atmos track with shit exploding around the room. I think the 5.1 is more than fine. Could they have upgraded it to an Atmos track? Sure. Would we appreciate that? Sure. Did it need it? No. So, I guess the audio track, bringing it over from the other one, that's just fine. It works just fine. So I'll give the audio, or 7 out of 10. It's not a reference quality audio disc, but it's also not the movie that would have a reference quality audio. This is not a big action movie. So overall, I think this is a fantastic release. I love the slipcover. I love that we have the old Blu-ray included just in case you wanted that Blu-ray for something, and I think the 4K is a noticeable upgrade and definitely worth your time and money. So if you guys are interested in picking up this Blu-ray, we will put our Amazon Associates link down in the description so you guys can pick this up off of Amazon. And also, again, keep an eye out, because I'm sure these are going to go on Black Friday sales along with Christmas Vacation, The Polar Express, Christmas Story. even though that 3-pack of the Rudolph, Santa's Coming to Town, and I think Frosty. So I think all of these, because they're all big studio releases, they're not boutique labels. So those are definitely more likely to go on sale versus a boutique label. But that's going to about do it here for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and maybe even consider subscribing, because that is the best way to help us out. But until next time, guys, have a great day.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.